In this video lesson, we will reread the story Down the Road and then practice retelling the middle and ending of the story. But before we get started today, I want you guys to share out loud what you remember from our story Down the Road. Who were the characters? Where was the setting? Was there a conflict? Was there a resolution? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to share your thinking out loud. Okay, let's get started. Down the road. Haiti lived in a little gray house with a big stone chimney and a screen door that squeaked in a friendly way for comings and goings. In the back of the house was a tin roof shed where Papa mended other people's trucks and tractors and cars that weren't running anymore. In front of the house was a dusty road that ran through a field, up over a hill, and out of sight. Sometimes Haiti walked with Mama down the dusty road. Sometimes she walked with Papa. But Haiti had never, ever been allowed down the dusty road all by herself. One afternoon, Mama said, "Mr. Birdie's speckled hens are laying. Wouldn't fresh eggs be nice for tomorrow's breakfast?" She sighed and shook her head. "I just don't have time to walk to Mr. Birdie's. It's too bad." "Scrambled eggs for breakfast," said Papa. "If only I had the time, I'd go myself." "I can do it," said Haiti. "I'm big enough to go to Mr. Birdie's all by myself." "Well," said Mama. "Look at this big girl," said Papa. "Haiti can do it, Mama. Absolutely." Papa gave Haiti a handful of coins in a wicker basket. 1 dozen eggs, he told her. 12 big beauties, no cracks. "Be sure to say thank you to Mr. Birdie," said Mama. "Come straight home," said Papa. "Don't dilly-dally," said Mama. Squeak bang went the screen door and Haiti was on her way. She marched straight down the dusty road, swinging the basket and jingling the coins in her pocket. "This is what it's like to be grown up," she thought. "You have money in your pocket and you can go down the road all by yourself." She listened to her shoes going thump, 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 and she made up some walking words to say as she went along. Down the road, 1 and 2, eggs for breakfast, howdy-do. Eggs for breakfast, clickety-clack. Eggs for breakfast, not a crack. So that was the beginning of our story. And remember, yesterday we retold the beginning of our story by mentioning the setting, the characters, and if there was a conflict. So let's quickly review what we wrote down for the beginning of our story. So we wrote, Haiti lived in a little gray house with her parents. Her parents let her go down the dusty road by herself for the first time to buy eggs. So now we're going to continue reading to hear about the middle of the story. Bump went the basket against Haiti's knee. Bump, bump. "When this basket is full of eggs," thought Haiti, "I'll walk my smoothest so they won't roll around and break." She practiced walking as if she were skimming across a frozen pond on ice skates. Pretty soon, her walk was so smooth that she balanced the wicker basket on her head and climbed all the way to the top of the hill before it fell off. With the basket over her arm, Haiti raced down the other side, her pigtails flying. She felt inside her pocket to make sure the coins were still there. Then she continued down the road, through a meadow, across a stream, past a house or two, down a street, around a corner, up some steps. Where is she heading, guys? Yeah, to Mr. Birdie's store and into the cool shadows of Mr. Birdie's Emporium and Dry Goods Store. Well now, said Mr. Birdie, here's Haidee all by herself. Good day, Mr. Birdie, said Haidee, just as Mama would have said. I'd like a dozen eggs, please. She slapped the coins down on the counter, just as Papa would have done. 12 big beauties, no cracks. While Mr. Birdie put 12 big brown eggs into the wicker basket, Haidee walked slowly down a cluttered aisle, looking closely at cans and cartons and bolts of fabric, just as if she might decide to buy something else. Before she left, she remembered to say, "Thank you, Mr. Birdie." Around the corner went Haidee, down the street, past a house or two, doing her smooth walk and holding the basket carefully so it wouldn't bump against her knees. When she came to the stream, she stopped with one foot on a fallen log. What if it wobbles, thought Haidee. What if this log wobbles me off and I drop the eggs? She stepped down into the cold water and splashed across the stream, straight across to the other side. No use taking a chance, thought Haidee. She is being very careful with those eggs. Squish, squish, went Haidee's wet shoes on the dusty road. Squish, 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 squish. And Haidee said her walking words. Down the road, 1 and 2, eggs for breakfast, howdy-do. Haidee was so busy doing her smooth walk and saying her walking words and admiring the eggs in the basket that she didn't see a rock sticking up in the middle of the road. She walked along, getting closer to the rock with every step. Eggs for breakfast, clickety-clack. Eggs for breakfast, not a ouch. What happened, guys? Why is she saying ouch? Yeah, she ran into that rock. Haidee's toe hit the rock, and she stumbled forward. She had to hop and jump to keep from falling. Inside the basket, the eggs rattled together with little clinky sounds. Oh no, said Haidee. She knelt down on the road and took the eggs out of the basket. Scarcely breathing, she examined every one. Not a crack, she said with a sigh. She wiped each egg off on her shirt and put them all back inside. So now I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to share what has happened in the middle of our story so far. Go ahead and share now. Then she was on her way again, this time keeping a sharp eye out for obstacles on the road. It seemed like a very long road. The sun was hot, and by the time she reached the meadow, Haidee was tired. But there, in the middle of the meadow, was a big wild apple tree full of bright red apples. Sweet, juicy, cracky, crispy apples. Papa's favorites, Mama's too. Haidee herself was very fond of apples. Just 3, thought Haidee, and then I'll go straight home. She made her way through the weeds, snagging foxtails in her socks and holding the egg basket carefully in front of her. Haidee picked an apple for Mama. She picked an apple for herself. Now for a big red Papa-size apple. She reached up, and the wicker basket tipped just a little bit. She reached higher, and the basket tipped a little more. What's going to happen, guys? What do you remember? Splat! Haidee wanted to cry. She wanted to hide. She wanted to climb up into the apple tree and never, ever come down. She didn't want to go home and tell Papa and Mama there would be no eggs for breakfast. Up she climbed right up into the old apple tree, as high as she could, and there she sat, just thinking and feeling sad and not wanting to go home. So what else happens in the middle of the story? Give you a few seconds to share out loud what else just happened in the middle of our story. Yeah, she just climbed up that apple tree and broke all of the eggs. After a long time, Heidi saw something moving way down the dusty road. It was Papa. Heidi made herself as small as she could. Papa, whose sharp eyes never missed a thing, came striding through the tall meadow grass. "So," he said, "this is where I find you? Is this how you bring eggs home for breakfast?" "I was picking apples for us," said Heidi with a sob. "I broke the eggs, Papa. Every single one." Papa nudged the basket with the toe of his boot. "I see," he said. "And you climbed up into the tree to think it over?" Suddenly his face wrinkled into a smile. "There's no finer place than an apple tree to think things over." And Papa climbed up beside her. So was Papa that mad at her? No, I do not think so. By the time Mama came through the meadow grass, there was a pile of apple cores underneath the tree. Heidi and Papa had chins sticky with apple juice. Mama nudged the basket with the toe of her shoe. "Just look at this. I'm waiting for 12 beautiful eggs, and what do I find? Shells?" "I'm sorry, Mama," said Heidi. "I dropped the eggs. I was trying to pick some apples." "Fine, sweet apples," said Papa. Mama stared up into the tree. "Well, well," she said, "just look at the 2 big birds in the apple tree." Papa whistled like a magpie. "Tweet, tweet, tweet," went Heidi. Pretty soon there were 3 big birds in the apple tree. Mama put her arm around Heidi. "I'd almost forgotten how lovely the world looks from a tree," Mama said. "Everyone should spend some time in an apple tree." Papa agreed. Absolutely. When they walked back home along the dusty road, they had not one egg among them. But Mama's skirt and Papa's pockets and Heidi's basket were full of sweet red apples. And the next morning, there was apple pie for breakfast. Now I'll give you guys a few seconds to share the end of our story. Retell the end of our story out loud. Okay, now we are going to retell the middle and end of Down the Road using as much detail as we can. So, rereading the beginning, it says, Heidi lived in a little gray house with her parents. Her parents let her go down the dusty road by herself for the first time to buy eggs. So guys, what happened in the middle of our story? What would be important to share? Give you a few seconds. What should we be writing in the middle? Think about the different events that happened. Okay, so when I'm retelling the middle of the story, I think about the different events that happened, the important things in the story. So I'm going to write about how Heidi bought the 12 eggs from the store. And then when she was walking home, she bumped into a rock and the eggs were fine. But then when she climbed up the apple tree, they ended up breaking. So just going to start by saying Haiti bought 12 eggs from the store. And then I'll talk about when she was walking home. She bumped into a rock. So when walking home, and when you're doing this, you can put it in your own words. You don't have to use mine exactly. There's many right answers. When walking home, Haiti bumped into a rock. But I also want to say, I think it's important to know, even though she bumped into the rock, the eggs were still fine. So, Haiti bought 12 eggs from the store. When walking home, Haiti bumped into a rock. But the eggs were fine. Sure, I end each sentence with my period. But then I want to talk about how she stopped to eat the apples, and that's when the eggs broke. So I always like rereading what I wrote so far and then adding my last sentence. Haiti bought 12 eggs from the store. When walking home, Haiti bumped into a rock, but the eggs were fine. So I'll say then she stopped to eat some apples, and the eggs fell out. I'm going to keep writing down here. And the eggs fell out and broke. So let's reread everything I have written for the middle. Haiti bought 12 eggs from the store. When walking home, Haiti bumped into a rock, but the eggs were fine. Then she stopped to eat some apples and the eggs fell out and broke. So I wrote a couple different events from the middle of the story. And remember, when I'm writing, I always start with a capital letter. And I have a period at the end of each sentence. And I have some finger spaces between my words. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to think about the end of the story. What happened at the end? Was there a resolution? Did our conflict get resolved? I would say that the conflict was that she dropped the eggs and they broke. What happened at the end of the story? Give you a few seconds to share. So we know at the end of the story, Haiti was sitting in the apple tree and her parents found her hiding in the apple tree. And then what did they eat for breakfast? Instead of having the eggs, what did they eat? Yeah, they had apple pie. They used the apples from the tree. So at the end of the story, I'm going to write how Haiti's parents found her. So Haiti's parents found her in the apple tree. Apple, finger space, tree. So Haiti's parents found her in the apple tree. They all took apples home and ate apple pie. Ate apple pie for breakfast. I'm using lots of details, but I'm also not writing too much. I'm just writing what's most important. So let's review our whole retelling graphic organizer from the story. So it's almost like we're hearing the most important parts of the story when we're retelling it instead of reading all 30 pages again. So first, looking at the beginning, we said, Haiti lived in a little gray house with her parents. Her parents let her go down the dusty road by herself for the first time to buy eggs. Now in the middle, we wrote, Haiti bought 12 eggs from the store. When walking home, Haiti bumped into a rock, but the eggs were fine. Then she stopped to eat some apples, and the eggs fell out and broke. At the end of the story, Haiti's parents found her in the apple tree. They all took apples home and ate apple pie for breakfast. So guys, awesome job retelling the rest of the story down the road today with me. For your optional activity, you can choose to use a graphic organizer and fill out the middle and end of the story, or you can write it on your own separate paper. Great job, guys.